Welcome back. In the previous lecture, we have solved few examples on the time domain specifications of second order system. In continuation, with different variety, we will solve few more examples in this lecture. Let us start immediately. So here, the given example is the closed loop system is directly given, but it is represented by the differential equation. So instead of transfer function, here the differential equation is given. And what is asked to determine is time domain specification. Okay, let us start with the differential equation. What we have y double dot plus 6y dot plus 25y equal to 25r. So taking Laplace transform on both sides, we get it is unilateral Laplace transform. So we get it as this will be s square y of s plus 6s y of s plus 25 y of s equal to 25 r of s, and hence what I get, so the closed loop transfer function y of s by r of s will be equal to 25 upon s square plus 6s plus 25. Now comparing it with the standard, we get omega n square is equal to 25, this one, which gives me omega n equal to 5 radian per second. 2 zeta omega n equal to 6, which gives me zeta, so this will be 10 zeta is equal to 6, so zeta is 0.6. From this what I get, omega d is equal to omega n into under root 1 minus zeta square, so it is nothing but 5 into under root 1 minus 0.6 whole square, so this will be 0.8 into 5, 4 radian per second. On calculation you will get it. Next is TD. So from here we start the time domain specifications. Formula is 1 plus 0.7 zeta divided by omega n. So it is 1 plus 0.7 into zeta is 0.6 divided by omega n is 5. So it is 1 plus 0.42 divided by 5, 0.284 second. Next is TR. TR is pi minus theta by omega d. So it is pi minus cos inverse of zeta is 0.6 divided by omega n is 4. Pi minus cos inverse of 0.6 divided by 4. So it is coming 0.5536 seconds. Next is TP. TP is pi by omega d, that is pi by 4. So it is pi by 4 is 0.7854 second. Next is TS. 2% band. It is 4 upon zeta omega n. 2 zeta omega n is 6, so zeta omega n is 3. So 4 by 3, it is 1.33333 second, and it is for 2% band. And the last one is MP. MP is e raised to minus pi zeta upon under root 1 minus zeta square. So it is equal to it is coming 0.0948, so that is 9.48%. Correct. So procedure is same. Just here directly the transfer function was not given. That was the variety. So first we obtain transfer function, else the procedure is same. And that means if you have transfer function, you can find out zeta and omega n and then if once zeta and omega n are known, all time domain specifications can be obtained. Now say if zeta and omega n are not given, that is transfer function is not given, but any of the two time domain specifications are given, and it is asked to determine the remaining time domain specifications. That is also possible. Let us see some that kind of examples. So here what is given? Consider a system with closed loop transfer function. The closed loop transfer function is given, but it is not directly given. There are certain unknowns. So k2 upon s square plus k1s plus k2. And what we have to determine k1 and k2 such that peak overshoot is 15% and peak time is 2 seconds. And also determine the remaining time domain specification. That is the question. So here what I can get k2 is equal to omega n square and k1 is equal to 2 zeta omega n. So we must calculate zeta and omega n. And how one can do it? So two specifications are given, we have to solve for zeta and omega n. Now MP is expressed only in terms of zeta. So from MP we can calculate zeta, and then using that zeta we can calculate omega n from the peak time. So let us do it. We have MP equal to 15% and TP equal to 2 seconds. So what is MP? MP is e raised to minus pi zeta upon under root 1 minus zeta square. And here MP given is 15%, means we have to take 0.15. A common mistake by students is students are taking here 15. So 0.15 is equal to e raised to minus pi zeta upon under root 1 minus zeta square. Nowadays in the new calculators such equations can be directly solved. However, we will go classically and we will take anti-log on both sides. So that will give me minus pi zeta upon under root 1 minus zeta square is equal to natural log of 0.15. And that is minus 1.8971. So dividing both sides by minus pi, we get zeta upon under root 1 minus zeta square is equal to 0.6039. We have to solve this for zeta, so let us square on both sides. So here we get zeta square upon 1 minus zeta square is equal to 0.3647. And now we can solve this as, say, zeta square is equal to 0.3647 minus 0.3647 zeta square. So zeta square will be equal to 0.3647 divided by 1.3647. And that is equal to 0.2672, and that gives me zeta equal to root of this, which is 0.5169 or 0.5170 is also okay. 0.5170 is zeta. Once we find out zeta, then we have TP is equal to pi by omega d equal to 2. And that gives me omega d equal to pi by 2 equal to 1.5708. And that means omega n into under root 1 minus zeta square is 1.5708. So omega n is equal to 1.5708 divided by under root 1 minus this zeta square is 0.26672. So it is 1.83550 omega n. radian per second. And now comparing it with this, from given transfer function, k2 is equal to omega n square equal to 3.3671. Minor changes may appear if we take it more accurately, and k1 is equal to 2 zeta omega n, that will be equal to 2 into 0.5170 into 1.8350. So 1.8350 into 0.517 into 2, 1.8974. So this is done. So now zeta and omega n both are available, and now we can calculate TD, TR and TS. So let us start with it. TD is equal to 1 plus 0.7 zeta by omega n, and that is equal to 1 plus 0.7 into zeta is 0.5170 divided by omega n is 1.835. So it is 0.7421 TD. Next we have to find out TR. TR is equal to pi minus theta by omega d. So it is pi minus cos inverse zeta is 0.5170 divided by omega d is 1.5708. So it is nothing but pi minus shift cos inverse 0.517 divided by 1.5708. So this rise time is coming 1.3459. And last one is TS, that is 4 upon zeta omega n. So it is 4 upon 0.5170 into 1.8350. So settling time is coming around, just a minute, 4.2163. And even if it is asked to find out the transfer function, this one, it can be done, because now we have k2 and also k1. Just put here, you will get it. We'll solve one more example of this type with two different specifications. So here what is given? The unity feedback system has open loop transfer function. So little bit variety is there. G of s is k upon s into 1 plus st. Determine k and t such that peak overshoot is 10%, settling time with 2% tolerance band is 2 seconds. Okay. So let us start. GCL of s will be gs upon 1 plus gs hs. Hs is 1. So it is nothing but k upon s into 1 plus st upon 1 plus k upon s into 1 plus st. And that will be equal to k upon this ts square plus s plus k, and which can also be written as k by t upon s square plus 1 by ts plus k by t, and that gives me omega n square equal to k by t and 2 zeta omega n equal to 1 by t. And so next step is we have to find out this zeta and omega n from the given specifications. So here what we have is mp, which is e raised to minus pi zeta upon under root 1 minus zeta square, and that is 0.1 because it is 10%. So taking log we get and now I will do it the calculations here and directly I will write the zeta. So the zeta is coming as 0.5912. How to solve this? I have explained in the previous lecture or previous numerical example. Same we are continuing. So zeta is obtained. Next we have given Ts, that is 4 upon zeta omega n equal to 2. So zeta is equal to 4 by omega n. Sorry, okay, this is also done, or omega n is equal to 4 by zeta Ts. So that is equal to 2, and Ts is 2. So omega n will be equal to 4 upon 2 into 0.5912. So the value of omega n is 3.3829. radian per second. Now what we have to find is only k and t. So what is k here? K and t. So what I have is k by t is equal to omega n square, and that means one equation I will get, k by t equal to square of this, that is 11.4443. This one we have got, and next we will get 2 zeta omega n. 1 by t is equal to 2 zeta omega n. So t is or 1 by t equal to 2 into zeta is 0.5912 into omega n is 3.3829, that is 4. So t is equal to 0.25, and then k is equal to 11.4443 into t, that is 2.8611. So this way we can solve number of examples. In the next lecture we will consider 2 examples which will be specifically application oriented in the control system design. It is enough in this lecture. Thank you.